The Nuremberg trials and just coming to terms with the fact that Albert Speer, he was only sentenced to 20 years in prison. But, in this video, I'm going to make my case as to why I believe that he should have been given the death penalty. I know I'm not God, I shouldn't be passing judgment on people, but these people are monsters. If you can say anyone deserves to die, then you can say the Nazis deserve to die. I get it, I'm not God. But at the same time, man, like, redemption for these people is not possible, man. Like, it really isn't possible. When you look at all of the crimes against humanity that they committed, a death sentence is a formality at this point. It's, if you counted the amount of corpses and you line them up in a row from here to Russia, you wouldn't be able to even count the number of corpses. And if you looked at a tree and you counted the number of leaves on that tree, it wouldn't even if you go to an entire forest, and you count the number of leaves in that forest, that still would not equal to the amount of dead bodies that these monsters left behind. Speer was able to fool the court. He made a credible display of regret for all the inconvenience he has caused, but he wasn't conclusively tied to the worst atrocities. They couldn't find enough evidence. Basically, they couldn't find enough evidence to convict him. But to be honest, they knew what he did. He knew what he did. He knew he was a murderer. He was a piece of crap. He profited off of slave labor. Didn't pay the people. Didn't give them proper rations. Nothing. None of that shit. Didn't care nothing about their well-being. He should have hanged. But the Allies, they kind of gave him some leniency because he did help them convict other Nazis, because otherwise they would have been able to claim ignorance and say, other Nazis that were on trial during the, what do you call it? It was the trials, the Nuremberg trials. He helped the fucking defense, the prosecutor prosecute those other Nazi war criminals. So I guess in a way he was valuable, but he should have hanged. He was able to fool the court. He seemed like he kind of regretted the stuff he did, and he came out good. He survived, He got 20 years. To be honest, like, dude was found guilty, man. Guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity because of slave labor. But he only narrowly escaped the death sentence, though. Well, yeah, he should have been executed because of the policy of slave labor. And yeah, I gotta give him credit for his defense, though. Like, he gave the Allies a large amount of intelligence and informed on all of his defendants, his fellow defendants, he informed on them, so he was a snitch. So he has no honor, no dignity, and he's a snitch too. And he's a murderer, mass murderer. Stalin actually favored mass execution of the 100 top generals, officials, and industrials. I agree, and so to a great. I actually agree with the fact that Stalin was gonna kill all of the 100 generals, just kill every single one of them, because that's what you do with a dog. When it's a rabid dog, you kill it. You don't let the dog do whatever it wants. You fucking take it out. You fucking finish that dude off. You don't let him continue and survive. Speer was an actual friend to Hitler. He was not executed. He did repent against his crimes, He only admitted to crimes that he knew he wouldn't get executed. Dude was pretty smart. Dude was actually pretty smart. But the thing is, just because you're smart doesn't mean anything. It means that, there's people like Joseph Mengele. He was a doctor, he was smart, but he still conducted human experiments on people. He used twins, and he killed one of them, and then the other twin escaped and survived somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. But he really should have been killed. He should have been hanged. Speer should have died. Well, he did die. He's dead now, but he should have been hanged, I think. Goering was able to escape death by, he took a cyanide pill. He took a goddamn cyanide pill. And he was able to kill himself. He was able to escape that long walk to the hangman. How many people were executed at Nuremberg? Maybe like a couple? The majority were actually, their sentences were taken off. Those sentences were expunged, man. They didn't even serve that death sentence. Only a couple, like a few of them were sentenced to death. The majority got away with it. The Einsatzgruppen got away with it. The death squads got away with it. They just became police officers. And they got paid a nice, healthy wage. So the majority of the Nazis got away with it. Nothing happened to the thousands of shooters on the Eastern Front. Nothing happened to the SS men that worked underneath Heinrich Himmler. Nothing happened to the stereographers. Nothing happened to the record keepers. Nothing. Well, those people, they were just doing their job. Administrative duties, can't kill the people that were just doing their job. Well, that's not really a credible defense, though. Like, just following orders from a superior isn't really a credible defense. It's not a credible defense when you are killing thousands of people. You know what their rationale was for killing thousands of women and children? Because they said that those children would grow up to take revenge on them. It was like a matter of fact to those people, as if it was normal to kill children that were older than 5 and younger than 10, and slaughtering them and just killing the women and then killing the men also. Like, wholesale genocide was okay because of the fear of reprisal. They felt that it was a zero-sum game. Germany had to benefit, and everyone else had to suffer. Zero-sum game. There was no way that someone can benefit. There was no way. It was like a very stupid way of working. The Nazis were not that smart. Far-right extremism. That's what it does to you, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, man, I'm out. Peace.